I tried a lot of makeup in 2024 and discovered a lot of products that I truly, truly love. This is my best of 2024 video, my favorite kind of video to film, but also the most stressful because I do not want to overwhelm you. I have tried to narrow everything down to the very, very, very best, in my opinion, of the year. Most of these were released in 2024, not everything. If it's included in this video, it's because I just happened to try it in 2024. I do have a mid-year favorites video. Everything that I mentioned in that video still stands true. Today I went back, took a look, and I'm like, yep, agree, still agree. But I don't want to focus on the products that I tried in the last half of the year. I want to take the entire year into account. I went over my spreadsheets, my notes, I spread all of the products in front of me, and I was like, no, I can't have 11 blushes to talk to you about today. They can't all make the cut for the 2024 favorites. Here we go. Best of 2024, and I've tried to keep it as concise as possible. Okay, let's talk about primers first. I have 3 to talk to you about, but each of them have their own properties. So for a glowy primer, I want to talk about the Dior Forever Star Filter. This beauty right here, I wear shade number 2. This is beautiful under makeup. This is not like the Charlotte Tilbury at all, at all. It is very, very lightweight, not as metallic looking as the Charlotte Tilbury. Don't get me wrong, I still do love the Hollywood Flawless filter, but this one, if you lay it under makeup and use it as a primer, because you can use this as a primer, it leaves the most beautiful, subtle glow to your skin, and it doesn't feel like you have an added layer on top. You know, it kind of sinks in, does its job, gives you this beautiful glow from within. I hate saying glow from within, but that's really, really kind of what it is. It's underneath the rest of your makeup. You can wear this on its own as well, or you can pinpoint where you want to put it, like maybe on the areas that you do want a little bit of extra glow. Wonderful, fantastic, beautiful, beautiful product, and the standout in the glowy category for me this year. Then when it comes to a primer that has a little bit of moisture in it, I really love the Pat McGrath one, Sublime Perfection Moisturizing Primer or Hydrating Primer. I love this. It feels so silky smooth on the face. This one I'll wear when I'm feeling maybe a little bit dry because it does provide a little bit of moisture because it's not matte. It just feels silky and smooth. It leaves a little bit of a tack behind and does an amazing job of prolonging your makeup and just making your makeup go on a lot smoother. It's beautiful and I love this. And the third one is, I don't think this is a 2024 release, but I discovered it in 2024, the Tom Ford Soft Matte. This is a matte primer, but it's not a flat primer and it's not drying or anything like that. It just adds the most perfect base for your makeup. So smooth, so beautiful, feels amazing when you put it on. If I had to pick from these 3 and I could only keep one, it would be this one. But like I said, this one is for every day. The Pat McGrath if I'm feeling a little bit dry, and the Dior when I want a little bit of glow. So all 3 for their own reasons. Okay, hear me out. I have 4 foundations to talk about. Actually, 3 are foundations, 1 is a skin tint and on the glowy side. All right, so let's start with the Huda Beauty Easy Blur. I find myself reaching for it daily. It gives you a beautiful, beautiful, buildable to medium coverage. Very, very good coverage, very, very long lasting. It's not blurring, it's just a beautiful natural finish foundation. I use 2 shades. If I do not mention my shade as I'm talking about a product, everything will be listed in the description box below along with my shades, just in case you are curious. For an everyday, easy, dependable, reliable, beautiful, beautiful foundation, it's going to go to the Huda Beauty Easy Blur. Next one I want to talk about is the Valentino Very Valentino foundation. I wear the shade LN4. My love for this foundation. I think it's perfection. It is perfection. It is a beautiful consistency. It's not thick at all. It's actually quite runny, but you can get the most amazing coverage from this foundation. It just lays on the skin beautifully. You don't need a lot. It almost sinks right in, looks one with your skin. It leaves the most beautiful, natural finish. It's just gorgeous. I love it. If I had to pick one foundation to live with for the rest of my life at this point, it would be the Very Valentino. I love this. Okay, well, actually, let me take that back. If we're talking about liquid foundation, the Very Valentino would be it. If we're talking about a stick foundation, though, see what I did there? They're different. They're different, but they're the same. You know why? Because they're both amazing. So this is the Dior stick foundation that was released this year. I wear shade 2.5N and I love this stick foundation. It is not drying in any way. It glides on, so easy to apply. It's like butter. It's like butter on your skin. I'm wearing it today actually, and it's just the most beautiful stick foundation I have ever come across. So easy to use, so easy to travel with, not messy at all. You slap it on. It's the quickest application, like I said, because it just melts into your skin. It's not hard to blend it out. It's just beautiful, beautiful, amazing. And another stick found, it's not a foundation. It's called a foundation. It is not a foundation. It's the Charlotte Tilbury, very, very long name one, the stick foundation that she released. So this is very, very glowy. It's a very glowy product. So I wouldn't necessarily use this on days where I want, a nice full face, but I use this on my no makeup days. I apply it. It's not metallic-y. This is not the Hollywood Flawless filter in stick form. I do not agree with that at all. I've heard a lot of people say that. It is not that. This is, you can use it under your makeup, right? As kind of like a primer, or you can keep it like out here just to cover like some areas. It has a very, very light coverage, but I love the glow that it leaves behind. It's absolutely beautiful. And like I said, on my no makeup days, I'll swirl this on just on the perimeters of my face. I don't usually wear it in my T-zone area, but even if I did, it really, really wouldn't be a problem. I just find that adding that to the perimeters just adds this beautiful glow. Wear this and only this, maybe dust it with a little bit of powder, and you're looking glorious, glorious. So I know this wasn't a lot of people's favorites, but I still use this. I continue to use this because I'm having a lot of no makeup kind of days lately, but fantastic, beautiful. I love this. Let's move on to the under eyes. I have one color corrector that I want to mention. It is the Natasha Denona color corrector. I wear the shade C2, creamy, but not heavy. Apply in small layers to get the effect that you want. And the reason I say that is because I do have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles under my eyes. So I have found that lately the best way to apply color corrector and concealer is in just small layers. Just take that little bit of extra time to do it that way. And it's been game changing for me. It's been amazing. So because this is very, very pigmented, very, very creamy, but it's not heavy. It's not heavy. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful, but I just use it sparingly and it does its job. And this one, for being a color corrector, I have to say I can use it as a concealer and corrector because it's not too peachy and it's not too pinky, right? So it works. It's beautiful. On those no makeup days, slap that Charlotte Tilbury over here, slap some of this on the eye, and I'm good to go. I'm good to go. So love this, love. Actually, I lied. I have another one. Again, same properties in that I can use it as a color corrector and concealer. So this is the DRMTLGY. I use the shade medium. What a wonderful, wonderful product. It's so lightweight, but it also has SPF 41 in it for under your eyes. How amazing is that? Gorgeous formula, beautiful. Has this cooling tip. The way that I use it is dispense the product on the back of my hand. I don't go directly because you can easily over apply this one as well because it's very, very pigmented. You need the smallest amount. Then I take it from the back of my hand and apply it because the cooling sensation from this tip is it's divine. I love it. What an amazing find this year, this DRMTLGY eye corrector. Oh my God, it's amazing. Again, I think I mentioned, just like with the Natasha Denona, I can put this on and it doubles as a color corrector and concealer on the days where I'm on the go. Love this. Beautiful. Everyone has to try this. I'm telling you, it's so, so great. When it comes to concealer, I hit the jackpot this year because I do struggle with finding a really, really good concealer because I have a lot of darkness under my eyes, so that's my biggest problem. And as the days, actually the seconds go by, I'm finding more and more and more wrinkles and dinkles under my eyes, okay? And it's becoming an issue. So for me to find 3 concealers that I love and cannot pick, I can't pick, it's a miracle, okay? And so I want to take you through the top 3 that have knocked my socks off this year. First one is the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin. I wear the shade 5. I love this. It's serum-y, but it doesn't go all over the place. It leaves the most beautiful, beautiful finish. Great coverage. It's buildable to a nice medium coverage. It covers everything that I need it to cover. It feels wonderful. It looks wonderful. And I love it. Highly recommend this concealer. It's fantastic. Moving up in coverage, slightly more coverage than the Danessa Myricks is the Fenty We're Even concealer. I think I use the shade, it's 225, but I can't remember if it's 225 or 225N. This concealer I can wear without color corrector. Unheard of. Unheard of. It covers what I need it to cover, but it's not heavy. It's beautiful. It spreads on. It's so long lasting. Very, very natural looking under the eyes. And I love it. Love. Now moving up a smidge in the coverage is the Tarte Maracuja Creaseless Creamy. I was blown away by this concealer. Didn't expect anything from it because it's Tarte. And I'm not a Tarte girl, but now I am, I guess, because this is, if I had to rank them, okay, if I had to pick from one of my babies, okay, this is going to be the one. A little goes a long way. Extremely pigmented. The smoothest under eye that I can get with a wrinklage. The smoothest under eye. This is incredible. It's creamy, but not too creamy. It stays where you put it. It lasts all day, and it's fantastic. Unbelievably amazing concealer. Oh, and I wear shade 29N, I think. I can't see it. I don't have my glasses on. It's 29N. It's 29N. All right, let's move on to powders now. Since the Givenchy was reformulated, because that was my favorite, really was. It was an incredible powder before they went and changed it. All right, well, it's no longer a favorite. And so I went on the hunt for a new powder. I know a lot of people are loving the Mario powder, and it is a nice powder, but it didn't make the cut. But 2 did. And what do you know? One of them is a Tarte powder, like Tarte. Me, Tarte. Not that Tarte's a bad brand. I'm not saying that. I just have never really ever been drawn to their products. And it's amazing to me that 2 of their products are in my favorites this year. That's all. That's all. I'm just, Anyway, it is called the Creaseless Setting Powder. I wear the shade yellow. I did mention in another video that I wanted to go in store and kind of see what the other shades are like. Not sure. This might very well be my perfect shade because I don't have a problem with it at all. Just want to see if maybe there's another option for me too that might even be better. You never know, but nor here nor there. This powder is magical. It's beautiful. It's smooth. It's finely milled. Undetectable if you have mature under eyes. Okay, this is perfect for under the eyes. What I also love about it is the component, the container. It comes with a little puff, which I don't usually use the puffs that come in these things, but this one's great. Really great. All of the powder is contained underneath, and this mesh is such a fine mesh that when you put your brush in there or you dip your puff in there, you don't have an explosion of powder everywhere. It's a neat powder. And there's something to be said about being neat, I gotta say. I love it. Okay, if you're looking for a new powder, especially if you have fine lines and wrinkles under your eyes and you need a powder for under there and all over the face, of course, but if it works under the eyes, dude, of course it's going to work. Of course it's going to work all over. So that's the test, right? For me, that's the test. So amazing find, amazing. Top of the top of the top of the top this year. And another loose powder that I discovered is the Danessa Myricks Evolution powder. And this is medium, I think, light medium. Okay, another amazing powder. You know what? I'm gonna put them on the same level. They're both incredible. I don't really love one more than the other. Same properties that I explained about the Tarte. What I love about the Tarte more is the component and how not messy it is. I'm going to show you the Danessa. And listen, it's not that big of a deal. It does come with a mesh, right? And you can't really tap your product in the cap because it's got this part in it. It's really hard to get the product if you're like a tap in the, see, so much comes out, so much comes out. So anyway, that's the only thing that I'm not crazy about is the component, but the product inside, just as amazing, just as effective, just as gorgeous as the Tarte. I found two to replace the Givenchy. It's amazing. Bronzer, 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 bronzer. Okay, well, I have one matte one to talk about. It's the YSL. And I wear shade 02. Beautiful, creamy, but not creamy, but like this beautiful texture to this bronzer. 02 is a perfect shade for me because it's very, very neutral. I love my bronzers neutral. That's the main thing that I look for in a bronzer. And then of course the formula has to be good. But you know, the packaging, gorgeous. The formula, gorgeous. It's matte, but not flat on your face. It's a beautiful, reliable, matte, everyday bronzer that I reach for all the time when I'm looking for a matte bronzer. But when I am looking for a little bit of glow, a little bit of oomph, a little bit of extra, if you know what I mean, I'm going to talk about two more powder bronzers, and I promise that will be it, and then we'll move on to liquids. And then I can't promise anything. A brand I discovered this year is RMS, and these are the Hydra bronzers, and I have Malibu, Muse, Beachwalk, Betty, and Tan Lines. This is Beachwalk Betty. In the middle is Malibu Muse, and over here we have Tan Lines. They are so beautiful. They leave such a gorgeous finish behind. So they're not matte, but they're not sparkly or anything like that. They are beautiful. They leave your cheeks looking so healthy, and it gives such a natural bronze, a beautiful, beautiful natural bronze. Originally, I had only picked up one and I loved it so much. I picked up another two, and you know what? They're all very different. They're all like neutral on me. I would say Beachwalk Betty is a little bit like, it's got a little bit of red in it, tiny bit of red. And so that one I wear mostly when I'm much more tan, but you know what? They're all good. I could use them. Anyone, pick anyone, and I love it. And I love, love, love these. They're so beautiful. If you ever have the chance to try one of these, just try one and you'll know what I mean. Nobody, if you have been with me over this past year, will be surprised about what I'm going to talk about next. Armani, Luminous Silk, shade 90. My favorite, my favorite, my favorite. Look at this pan. Like, I will never run out of this, which is a good thing, okay? But I don't know if I'll ever hit pan on this, and I use it all the time. It's my go-to. It's my go-to. It leaves a luminosity behind, okay? This sheen on your cheeks, okay? But it's not, when you look at it, it looks like there's like sparkles in there. You're like, no, 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 I don't want sparkles on my face. It does not translate to the face. Trust me. It just, what it does is it just leaves this beautiful golden goddess, just, it's everything. It's everything. And I love it. And if I could only have one bronzer for the rest of my life, it would be this one. So far. Okay. Because nothing has topped this. Don't get me wrong. I love the RMS, but if I had to choose between them, it would be this one. All right. Let's move on to stick bronzers. This is the Dior stick bronzer. The only warm one in the line. I am shouting it out. Not because of the shade selections. Okay. Because it's only 4. This is the only warmer one. The other ones are very, very cool. And the first one, like shade 1, did not work for me. It looked very, very gray on me. So I have stuck to the tan one, 02, which, as warm as it is, I'll show you, as warm as it is not too warm. So I can wear it as a like overall bronzer. I can kind of sculpt with it too. Same formula as the foundation, the stick foundation. So those two are a match made in heaven. I'm wearing this today along with the Dior stick foundation is what I'm wearing. And they're just so easy. They're so easy to put on. They melt into the skin, just like the foundation. Same thing with this bronzer. The one thing that I do with this one is I take it with my brush straight from the stick and then apply it to my face. I don't draw the line and all that stuff. It's just easier that way because you can build it up as much as you want. So love this one, love. Next up is one that just, this is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil. It's so good. Just as creamy, just as blendable, just as gorgeous on the face. And they just smell so good. I want to eat them up. So this is the, like, it's much cooler. It gives you like a real nice bronze. What a gorgeous, gorgeous stick bronzer. Very, very easily blended on the face. Very, very natural looking. You get a beautiful bronze from it. Very easy to work with, and I love it. I had to go fish it out of my daughter's makeup drawer. She steals it from me all the time. I have two liquid bronzers to talk about. The Mario Liquid Bronzer. I love it. The Sculpting Bronzer. I have two shades, light and light medium. One is much cooler than the other, so I will use for sculpting, I'll use this one, and for more bronzing, I'll use this one, or I mix them together. I love there's a dual applicator on these. You have the pump, you have the doe foot. It's very, very serumy, very, very light. You get a very, very light wash of color with these, okay? So you're not getting a lot of pigment, but it does the job. So subtle, dries down, not sticky. All the things that I love when I want a very natural looking bronze and I want to use a liquid. Oh, I reach for these all the time. I love these so much. You can also wear these under makeup. You can also add these to any liquid foundation that you want to maybe deepen up. If it's too light for you, they are multi-purpose, multi-use, multifunctional, all of those things. They're beautiful, amazing release from Makeup by Mario. I love this so much. And finally, I want to talk about the Say Liquid Bronzer. Okay, this is just as beautiful as the Mario, but much more pigmented. So if you want a little bit more of a punch, a little bit more pigment than the Mario might offer you, then this is, you guys, so beautiful. It dries down as well. It's not sticky. It leaves like a little bit of like, not a glow in a sparkly way, but it's not like a flat matte finish. It's just gorgeous, beautiful, natural sheen. You can really, really, really sheer it out into a gorge. Do you see how far it can stretch? That's why. Just proceed with caution. Just a little bit goes a long way with this one. But gorgeous. Love this. Can I skip the blush part? It's so difficult. Obviously, I'm not going to skip the blush part, but I'm looking at my selections over here right in front of me, and I'm like, that's a lot. It's a lot, Rhoda. What are you doing? You're supposed to condense this and not overwhelm everybody with all the amazing blush you tried this year. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to start with powders. RMS. Okay, again, started with one. Loved it so much and bought two more. So I just want to show you these beauties. Everything I would want. A peachy, a pink, and a neutral. I mean, okay, so they go on as beautifully as the bronzers go on. Same formula. They have a glow to them, but they do not emphasize any texture, okay? And they are fabulous. They're fabulous. I love them. I love them so much. And the other powder blush that I want to talk about is the Kosas Blushes Life. This is in the shade Blissed. All right, it is such a beautiful, beautiful shade, first of all. This formula, this baked formula, it's marbled, and it gives you the most beautiful glow. I don't have to wear highlighter when I wear this blush. It's absolutely stunning. It's stunning. Of course, you can wear more highlighter if you wanted to, but that's what kind of glow it gives you. But it's not sparkly and it's not in your face. It's very subtle. Absolutely gorgeous. I love these blushes. They're fantastic. These technically shouldn't be part of this 2024 because I just tried them literally the other day and I did a video on them. I am so in love with them. I want to do an honorable mention here, but I'm going to add them to my 2025 file of products that I've tried, only because these are now only available in Canada as of right now, and Not sure when they're coming to the US or in other markets. So I didn't want to put these in my 2024 favorites only because it doesn't seem fair because they just literally came out. But if you want to check out my video that I put up the other day, like a couple days ago, these are, listen, they're they're in my 2024 favorite list. They are phenomenal. They're so good, so creamy, so long lasting, so natural looking. Almost like they just diffuse themselves on your face. I did want to give an honorable mention here. I really, really did. Okay, because I cannot not talk about these as so much. I love them. I love them. This one is Rose Coral Clash, and this one is Rose Haze. Both gorgeous, both amazing. I can't decide which shade I like more, and I don't really need to because I have them both and I can wear them both. So, anyway, honorable mention, fantabulous, okay? Gorge. Huda Beauty. I love these liquid blushes. I love this latte one because I use it as a bronzer, okay? Bronzer, blush, all in one. So beautiful. Freaking love this thing. It's so good. I've used so much of it. I use it on my eyes too. It's amazing. And then the other one I have is I think Cotton Candy. And this one is absolutely beautiful as well. I love these. They're so soft. They go on easily. They're not sticky. They dry down, but they still give you that beautiful glow to your face. Oh, they're so nice. So easy to use. I love the packaging. They're amazing. I love them. I love them. Next liquid blush I want to talk about are the Hourglass. These are a beautiful, gorgeous formula if you don't mind the packaging. Okay, so you do have to shake them up and press this little pumpy thing to let the product be released, and then you have to put on the back of your hand. You can't apply these. I mean, you can apply them directly to your face, but why would you do that and risk that? So there is a like a packaging thing about these, but the formula inside is absolutely gorgeous, and I love the shade range. They can lean a little bit warmer than the next product I'm going to talk about, but a fantastic formula if you do not mind the component and the packaging of it and having to release it in that way, then you cannot go wrong with these. If you find your shade that you love in these, because the shade range is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. You can't go wrong with these. I love them. I love this formula a lot, but I do reach for more. I do reach for more. Anyone surprised? Anybody shocked? These are my ultimate favorite of all time blushes. Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, Rosy Peach, I think, and the baby pink one. All right, they look neon, kind of fluorescent-y, but they don't go on that way. I am wearing the pink one today. Does it look fluorescent? No, absolutely not. I love these. I love this formula. You can apply it directly to your face with no fears at all because it's not too liquidy. It's got a thickness to it, but easily spreadable. It spreads so easily, and it gives you this, it dries down to a powder, and oh my God, it just looks so gorgeous. I love these. These are my favorite, ultimate favorite blushes. I love them so much. For highlighter, I have two standouts. This is the Ilia Light Shift. This is in the shade Glint. It can be subtle, but you can also build it up even more. And it's so natural, so beautiful. And like I said, you can build up the intensity of it. And it is a cream, but it dries down to a powder, and it's absolutely beautiful. And I did want to mention this one. I also wanted to mention the Ilia bronzer, but it was way too many bronzers. But there's a bronzer in the same kind of formula, and that one's also really good. Just squeezing that in there. And the next and final bronzer I want to talk about is the Gucci, in this shade in particular, Opal Pink. It's so stunning. You can, just like the Ilia, you can make it as light and as unassuming as you want, or you can really, really build it up. And although it is a pink, it's not too pink, right? Just gives you a hint of pink, and it's so gorgeous on the cheeks. I love it. It's so, so beautiful. If I had to pick my favorite, it would be this one. It's just extremely expensive though. So anyway, those are my two highlighter picks for 2024. I'm going to talk about two face palettes today. This one is the Makeup Forever one. You have I've talked so much about this on my channel. You have your, I'm laughing at how many times I've talked about this. So you have your concealer, your foundation, your contour, your bronzer, whatever you want on this side. And then we have two highlighters and some blush options down here. This creamy formula is so beautiful, so amazing. You have everything you want in this one little compact. Formula is great. It's so, so good. I use this exclusively, I think, on one of my trips to Boston this year. It's just perfect. Amazing, amazing for travel, amazing for someone who just wants everything in one small palette. I have nothing but amazing things to say about this. I love it. I have to shout out the Hourglass palettes. They are absolutely beautiful. I picked up two this year of the three. I picked up the Dragon and the Eye. This is the Dragon. This is the Eye. And I love that this year we got all brand new shades. I think there are 5 new shades in each of these. I think the finishing powders, if I remember correctly, are repeats. This formula in these palettes is stunning, beautiful. I reach for them all the time. I love having them on my makeup desk. I look at them, I admire them. I love the blushes in here is what kind of separates the two for me. The bronzers are wonderful in both, so I can use either or. I can go back and forth with those. But what distinguishes one from the other for me is the blushes and the blush shades that I can get from one that I can't get from the other. So I use them both and I love them so, so very much. Always this formula is a standout, And the fact that we got pretty much all brand new shades this year is fantastic. Eyeshadow. All right. YSL Mini Clutch Couture. I only tried one. I really meant to pick up all of the new releases that they had this year, but I still am left with only one, and I'm happy with the one that I have, is Stora Dolls. Great formula, beautiful, beautiful effect on the eyes. It's not like really, really out there, but you can get a gorgeous, gorgeous look from this quad. And also, I mentioned the formula is amazing. They're creamy, they're gorgeous, right? And the packaging is absolutely stunning, as always with YSL. But what I love is the beauty of a quad, okay? You reach for this quad and you know what you're doing. You got your 4 to choose from and you can create a gorgeous look. And there's something to be said about that. I'm loving the little quads. And so this one made my favorites because I do reach for it a lot and I love it. I love this color story. Like I said, I meant to pick up a whole bunch more. I just haven't had a chance to do that. I'm sure I will in the future because they're all gorgeous. But I love these. I highly recommend these ones. Next up would be this beautiful find from Viseart this year. This is a Serenuse Attendu, and my goodness gracious. Okay, it looks a little bit unassuming, like, yeah, okay, it's nice. I'm wearing this today. It is, you can pack a punch with this one, okay? You can get it as smoky as you want. You can get it as light as you want. The formula is unmatched. It's beautiful. Such a gorgeous, gorgeous formula. They go on like butter. They don't accentuate any lines. They're smooth. They're beautiful. This color story is out of this world, and I love it. Another favorite from 2024 is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Mini Spice Palette. Oh, so beautiful. The sparkles in here are so gorgeous. Oh my God, let me show you. Like, I gotta show you. They're so beautiful. They are stunning. This is a stunning 9-pan palette. Again, not too much choice. You can get a gorgeous look from this. You can keep it matte. You can sparkle it up. The formula is amazing, beautiful, and I love this. I love this. It's a great, great pickup. One of my favorite things I've tried in 2024. Makeup by Mario, Master Mattes The Neutrals. I love this palette. It's a perfect companion to his first one, which is warmer leaning. This one is neutral to cool leaning, and I love that we have this gray and this black in this. This is a perfect staple palette to have that you can use on its own. If you want an all matte look, you can get a gorgeous look from this, or you can combine it with your single sparkly shadows or sparkly shadows that you have in other palettes that you absolutely love. I reach for it all the time, and I wanted to mention this as one of my 2024 favorites. Huda Beauty Icy Nude palette. This one was released not too long ago. I reach for it a lot. And the only thing I'm going to call out is this putty kind, this one and this one. They are very putty like. They give a gorgeous shine to the eye. Don't get me wrong, but I'm hitting pan. I'm hitting pan already on that one. That's the only thing I want to call out. And one throwaway shade, this glittery one that, is a topper but feels very, very, very gritty like sand. I love that we have kind of like a cooler end of things, and then we can get it warm. This Aurora shade right here is absolutely stunning. I love it. So very, very versatile, beautiful formula. The matte formula is really, really great in here. I love this color story, although, it looks like it's icy nude, but definitely you can get some warmer looks. Definitely get some warmer looks out of this, some daytime looks, some nighttime looks. You can rock it out, you can simmer it down. This palette will not let you down if this is a color story that you enjoy. Quality wise, very, very good. This is supposed to be her final 18 pan, like large format shadow, which is fine as long as she keeps this formula in whatever other format she decides to do. Because her 9 pans, I'm not crazy about those. Not really, really crazy about that formula. So hopefully, whatever she does moving forward, she uses the formula that's in her bigger palettes, and I'm sure we'll all be happy about that. I have 2 Natasha Denona palettes to talk about, the Golden palette and the I Need a Warm palette. Both very, very beautiful. This is the Golden, this is the I Need a Warm. You would think they were the same, but they are not the same. The Golden palette is so beautiful, save for some, like a couple of shades that are like extremely gold, very, very gold, that don't look that great on me. But aside from that, I love this palette. You can get some gorgeous looks. The formula, amazing. So, so good. And the I Need a Warm is not as warm as the name would suggest. Okay, you can get some very, very beautiful neutral looks from this as well. So again, if these are colors that you like, these are color stories that you are drawn to and that you like to wear, you cannot go wrong with picking these up, because again, Natasha Denona's formula is amazing. The sparkles are beautiful. Everything's great. They blend like butter, and they're great. Oh, mascara. I have one mascara to talk about, and only one mascara to talk about, and it's the Jones Road the mascara. It is the mascara. I'm telling you, this is so amazing. It rivals my YSL Lash Clash. The volume, the lift, the separation, the all of it you get from this mascara is absolutely wonderful. I hear absolutely nobody talking about this mascara, and they should. Everyone should try this. It's so, 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 so good. I really, really wish they would come out with a brown in this formula. I'd be all over that, I tell you. I love this. I've repurchased it a couple times now already. I love it. Can't be without it. Number one. Number one. Every time I think I'm over the hard part, I go to the next category and I'm like, to lips. I'm scared. But let's talk about lip liners first. I narrowed it down to 3 lip liners that I have very much loved this year. The first one is the Jones Road, and it's a great formula. It's a great formula, regular pencil. But what I love is the shade in Nudist. Perfect, perfect contoury shade for my lips. It looks like my lips are contoured, but it's not overly contoured, and you can match this up with pretty much anything. Great formula, long lasting, not extremely creamy, but it's not dry either. Beautiful. I love this. The next lip liner that stood out to me in 2024 are the Fenty ones. They're so creamy, so smooth, so very, very, very long lasting. I picked up 2 shades. I've swatched them for you just so you can see. So this is peanut butter, and this one is Thugs Blush 2. And you can see it against the Jones Road Nudist. So peanut butter is a little bit deeper, and the Thugs Blush 2 is on the pinkier side. As creamy as they are, they don't slip and slide everywhere. I can control them. They're sharpenable. They're amazing, and I love them. And the final pencil I want to talk about is the Say Lip Liner 101 or Lip 101. These are also just as creamy as the Fenty just as maybe slightly less creamy, just a smidge less creamy. But this is the shade French right up here. So, so beautiful. I'm wearing this one today. I love this pencil. I love this line. I do want to pick up some more shades in the Say line. So those three lip liner pencils have stood out to me this year. Lipstick was another one to tackle. It was a hard one, but I've narrowed it down. All right, for liquid lipstick. Oh, Valentino Liquid Rosso. I love these. I'm wearing one of them today. This is the shade After Club that I'm wearing. A more comfortable liquid lipstick I haven't come across. It doesn't dry out your lips. You still have like a little bit of a slip, even though it's a liquid. It doesn't dry down and crust up your lips. It feels so, so good. This shade After Club is like my favorite. And then I have this other one called Pink is Punk or Punk is Pink, which, you know, is not my everyday shade. I save it for, you know, particular looks and occasions. But this is After Club, which is a gorgeous everyday shade. And this is the Pink is Punk, obviously. And I love them so, so, so much. I discovered these earlier on in the year, and they have remained one of my favorites throughout the entire year and will continue to do so because I love them. For matte lipstick, my absolute favorite matte formula I've ever tried is the Westman Atelier. I love these. I love the packaging. They are a magnetic closure. I have mentioned before that they do repel each other and it really drives me bananas. So if you have more, you might have a hard time like keeping them together because they repel each other. But I've talked way too much about that. But these will glide on themselves. They'll glide on themselves. They're literally like butter lips. And then you have a beautiful lip. Honestly, they're gorgeous. They feel comfortable. The shades are amazing. I've swatched the three shades that I do have. This is Piquet, this is Minx, and this is Lacquer. And I love them all. I love them all. They're beautiful, wonderful, worth every penny. And finally, I want to mention the NARS Explicit Satin Lipsticks. They are your traditional bullet lipstick. There's nothing necessarily extraordinary about them except that they're a wonderful formula, but they're just a classic lipstick, right? But what I love so much about them is the shade range. So much so that I have 5 shades that I picked up. I started out with 3 and then I went back and I got 2 more. I love them so much. They're beautiful on the lips, reliable. They're a lipstick, bullet. You know what? Let me swatch them for you. Let me swatch them. This one is called Empowered. This one is called Liaison. This one is called Adulteress. I love this one. This one is called Envy. And finally, we have Blame down here. You should see the shade range. Literally, I want them all. They're so beautiful. They're all gorgeous. I love them. Like I said, they're a classic satin regular lipstick. Very, very run-in-the-mill lipstick, but they're so, so nice. All right, well, that wraps up an entire year of makeup. And those are my very, very favorites. It was hard to narrow down, but my very, very favorites of the year. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so, so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers recently, so thank you. And everyone who has been with me from the beginning, I thank you so, so very, very much. Wrapping up the year here. It's been an incredible year for me. I've learned a lot. I've changed a lot throughout this year on my journey on this channel. I really hope you're enjoying all of the content. I really hope that I bring value to you because that is the whole point. I want you guys to be entertained, but at the same time, really, really, I try to help you out with what you are spending your dollars on when it comes to makeup and if it's worth it or not. Of course, we all have our different tastes. I'm bringing you always my honest opinions about what I feel about a product. And I really hope you enjoy what I'm putting out there. Thank you again so very much for watching. I wish you a very, very happy new year. All the blessings to you. Everything that you want, I hope, comes to fruition in this new year. Again, thank you so much for watching. Everything that I did mention is listed in the description box with all the shades and all of that. If you shop through those links, you support this channel and I appreciate it. Of course, you do not have to, but those links are there for your convenience. If you want to just take a look or shop through them, amazing. If not, no problem, but they are there if you need them. Again, thank you so very much, and I will see you in the new year. Bye. Whatever you guys are doing, have fun.